Good morning, beautiful souls. So today's chat is a continuation of our Healing Trauma Through the Body series. And in case you missed it, last time we talked about why talk therapy often isn't enough to heal trauma, and how body based therapies, such as somatic experiencing, can help you to release trauma where it lives, which is in the body. So today I'm going to dive a little deeper into the core principles of somatic experiencing, which are tracking sensations, titration, and pendulation. And don't worry, like that those terms might be a little new to you, but I will break them down and make them something that you can actually consume and use. So imagine that somatic experiencing it is like your body's own like personal superhero, and it's here to help you process and to bounce back from the tough stuff. It's like having a cool guide that understands how to navigate the twists and the turns of your body's responses to stress and and to trauma. And we talked about some of those body responses last time. And so first up, we've got tracking sensations. This is kind of like playing detective with the body. When you're really tuned in and notice every little sensation, like the tingly feeling in your fingers or the tightness in your chest, or even how you're breathing. Tracking sensations is all about paying attention to these body cues without judgment, because sometimes that's our go-to response. Something starts to happen and it's like, oh my gosh, this is terrible, why is this doing this? But really it's a messenger. And this is what I offer people. Even when we have anxiety, sometimes we say, oh, I don't like the feeling of anxiety, let me medicate it. Um, and sometimes that's necessary as a bridge, until you can get through it through the intensity. But I always invite people to kind of push pause, maybe not push pause is the right way to put it, but kind of delay the urge to automatically medicate it away, and to really tune in to what the body is telling you and really start a conversation with the body, because the body is super super useful. My body knew before I did that it was time to retire from the military. So this tracking sensations, it's like following a trail of breadcrumbs, so that you can understand how your body is reacting to the different experiences that you have. It's like when someone touches you and your automatic reaction is to pull away. That's your body's way of saying, oh, okay, something doesn't feel right. And what we're really doing is learning to trust these body sensations and notice these body sensations. It's also noticing how these body sensations can shift and change, because everything in our life is temporary. We sometimes think that, okay, this is going to last forever. I'm never going to find my way out of this, but that's generally not true. If we just sit with certain things, they start to shift, even if it's just a slight shift. And sometimes just noticing that shift can be kind of a beacon of hope that things can change. And then next there's titration, and these next two I'm going to go through fairly quickly because I am going to do a deeper dive on them in a follow-on video. um, so the next is titration, and titration in somatic experiencing is about taking things one small step at a time. It's like dipping your toe into the pool before you dive right into the deep end. So instead of overwhelming yourself by diving headfirst into the intense emotions or memories, titration means gently exploring manageable bits. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can feel challenged and you can feel uncomfortable, but not overwhelmed. It's kind of like finding that right balance on a seesaw, because our goal is not to re-traumatize our system or to make things worse. It's to explore them at a pace that we can consume and we can digest and we can process what is coming up. And then there's pendulation. This is kind of like a dance move for your nervous system. Pendulation is about moving back and forth between different sensations or experiences. You know how sometimes you might feel tense and then suddenly notice a moment of relaxation, or just, a slight, okay, I feel a little less tense. That's pendulation in action, but it's a lot more involved than that. But we'll go into that in a future video. But it's shifting between the tough stuff and the moments of ease, and this really helps your body and your mind regulate and find equilibrium, like a natural rhythm of expansion and contraction. So when you put all these pieces together, the tracking the sensations, the titration, and the pendulation, you've got this awesome toolkit for working through stress and even trauma. And it's not just about talking through stuff. It's about really tapping into your body's innate wisdom and letting it guide you toward healing in a gentle and empowering way. Really, really empowering your inner healer. So think of somatic experiencing as your personal adventure into understanding how your body responds to life's ups and downs. And with these principles, you're not just surviving, which I think is kind of what a lot of us have come to accept. I'm making it through the day, but what we really want to get to is a point where you're thriving by learning to listen to what your body is telling you and moving toward a more balanced and resilient and thriving, passionate you. So are you ready to dive into a simple somatic experiencing exercise? Okay, so this is all about tuning into what your body's telling you, and having a little fun with it. We did, trauma healing doesn't have to be serious and intense. Um, so let's start by finding a comfy spot to sit or lie down, and you can pause the video if you need to really get comfortable, and take a moment to settle in. Maybe wiggle around a bit to get cozy. Find where you're really feeling held by the ground, or by the chair that you're sitting in. And close your eyes if that feels good, or you can keep them open and just soften your gaze if that feels better. That's totally up to you, totally up to your inner wisdom. Now begin to take a few deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, feeling your belly rise, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Now let's do a couple more of those, really letting go of any tension or any to-dos, any expectations with each exhale. Now I want to bring your attention to your body. Notice how your feet feel against the floor or on the bed. Wiggle your toes a little and notice any sensations, maybe warmth or chilliness, and have cold toes. Any pressure points, any tingling. Now slowly move your awareness up through your legs. Notice how they feel. Is there any heaviness, any lightness, any tension? I would invite you just to observe without trying to change anything. We're really trying to tune into what your body is experiencing and allowing the experience. Now bring your attention up to your belly and your chest, And take a moment to notice your breath, how it moves in and out of your body naturally, feeling the rise and fall of your belly with each breath. Is your breath shallow in your upper chest, or are you breathing down into the bottom of your belly? Now gently move up to your neck and shoulders. Notice if there's any tightness or relaxation there. Notice, are your shoulders up near your ears? Are they relaxed? Sometimes we hold a lot of tension in our shoulders without even realizing it. And as you bring your attention to these sensations, what do you notice? Does anything shift, tighten up, or relax a bit? Any messages that your body is trying to give you? There are times when mine says, okay, we need some rest. You're overdoing it. I need to go for a run or a bike ride or a swim. I need to get out of the house and off the couch. Finally, bring your awareness to your face and your head. Notice if there's any expression on your face, any tension around your eyes or your jaw. Throughout this exercise, keep coming back to your breath whenever you need to center yourself, whenever your mind starts to wander. And remember, there's no right or wrong way to feel. Just notice whatever sensations arise in your body, curiosity and kindness. Take a few more moments to just continue exploring any sensations you notice. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes if they were closed. Take a moment to reflect on how you feel. Do you feel more relaxed? Do you feel tense? Do you feel shaky? Feel warm? That's it. Pretty simple, right? Just a little dip in the waters, a little introduction to our body. Now, this exercise is all about starting to tune into your body's signals and really building that awareness of how you physically experience different emotions and different states and different interactions in your life. You know, your body will tell you first when your boundaries have been violated. Yeah, and then we just, need to listen and honor that. It's like giving yourself permission to just be present with yourself exactly as you are. So feel free, to revisit this exercise whenever you need a moment to check in with yourself and reconnect. You can even make it part of your daily ritual. Maybe it's what you do when you first wake up, or when you're starting to feel a little anxious, or when even when you're feeling happy and joyful. Sometimes we get so focused on what we don't want to feel that we don't focus on what we do want to feel. And your body's always here to tell you what it needs. We just have to learn to listen. And that's a skill, just like anything else. And if we haven't been taught, it's something that we learn. And so today, we've taken a little toe dip, like I said, into our body sensations just to get acquainted. But if you tune in next week, we're going to start to explore how some of our more difficult emotions live in our body, and the next core principle of titration. So if you subscribe to this channel, you'll get notified when the video gets posted. Um, and sometimes I just get inspired and I'll post another video for the week. So So subscribing will help you to get notified when Kim's inspiration comes up. So, and if you found this helpful, share the video with anyone that you think might benefit from learning about trauma and stress and somatic experiencing, and getting acquainted with their bodies. And you can check out my website. It's ourworldempowered.com, because that is my goal, is to help our world, or at least my little world that I touch, get more connected and more empowered. And there are some more resources on there, and the link is down in the notes below. It also talks about some of the other offerings. We do have a beautiful retreat coming up, so you might want to check that out. It's coming up in August of 2024. And it's this beautiful, if I do say so myself, but beautiful pairing of the work that we're learning now, this somatic experiencing, but also Kundalini Yoga and holotropic breath work, which are all powerful ways to connect to the body. And this retreat is being held in this lush setting along the Powell River in Tazewell, Tennessee, and the food is going to nourish our bodies and our souls. And anyone who signs up by the end of July, my co-facilitator Jeffrey Warren, amazing, amazing human. He's doing an introduction to Kundalini Yoga, to help people get prepared for the retreat. And it's going to be live on 1 August. So anyone who signs up by the end of July will get that for free. So go check out the retreat, and if you sign up, and then we'll make sure that you get on that and get prepared for the retreat. These video series, this video series on somatic experiencing will also get you prepared for the retreat, because the retreat is going to be more of a deep dive, because the support will be there for those more intense things that might come up. So again, there's going to be more to come next week. And until next time, I hope that you are creating the most beautiful, fully embodied, sensual day, and stepping into your most sensual self. And so until next time, all right, bye.